Peds has had the privilege to be a part of Northwest Arkansas for a number of years, and it truly is a privilege to be a part of this area of the state. Now we are excited to serve even more children in the farm concept, which is what you sit in the middle of here now, and you'll get a chance to tour here in just a little bit. But it blends therapy and real life experiences in a way that's never been done before in Northwest Arkansas. This beautiful farm is the result of many Pediatrics Plus team members and leaders' focus, and with that focus, a driver behind that focus of our mission, empowering children to conquer their world. Now let me give just a few acknowledgments. I want to first acknowledge Krista Tapp, our Chief Operating Officer of our organization. And Krista has a lot of team members scattered throughout, and her team have done a phenomenal job getting us to where we are today. So Krista, thank you. Also, in a small way, Kara Elmore, she's also one that has provided the fans. So that's a big thank for her. But Kara does a lot more than that. Kara is our Chief Talent Officer and is responsible for the staff and group of highly qualified therapists in Northwest Arkansas for us today, and the ones we'll have in the future. I also want to do acknowledge real quick the Adams Group. So McKinley and Ken Adams in the back, our construction partners. Thank you for finishing on time and under budget. We appreciate that. John Johnson, our architect. John, I didn't see you earlier, but I think you're here. Thank you, as always. And then our financial partner, Arvest, for the support that you provide us. Now I'd like to introduce our founders and the drivers behind it all, Todd and Amy Denton, to share how this dream took shape. Todd and Amy.
Thank you. Well, you probably know that about 23 years ago we started Pediatrics Plus, and Amy and I are a little bit of a team. And at the time, I was kind of the financial person, the business guy, and she was the clinical person. Today, I would tell you she's an amazing businesswoman who sits alongside other amazing businesswomen. And so it's just been a great ride. We traditionally do large facilities in the 30 to 40,000 square foot range that have a myriad of different services. And we at I guess 7 or 8 years ago, we'd have like a weekly management meeting. And so we're in this weekly management meeting. And one of the things that we try to do at Pediatrics Plus is really listen to our employees, listen to the people that work with us, who partner with us, and learn from that and provide services that our families and children need. And you'll see that word empower on our tagline there for the children as well and their families. So we're in this meeting, and Krista says, okay, I've got an idea. I just want to run it by you. And if you know Krista, she cautiously moves into a lot of things. So she pitches this idea, and I think they even had, a sketch of what they wanted it to look like. And they said, hey, we want to build this modern farmhouse. We want to have, chickens and cows and, all kinds of animals and a big garden. And we're going to need about 10 acres. And we're going to serve children in a household environment, in a farm environment. And we think that's going to make just this amazing difference compared to having them in a small room. And so they spent about 10, 15 minutes doing that. And I said, okay, well, let's do it. And she says, whoa, wait a minute. And I said, no, seriously, let's do it. Get your stuff together. Let's get the architect pulled in, and let's design it, and let's go. And I think in less than a year, we were breaking ground on two, one in Conway and one in Bryant. And those first two were quite the ordeal. I would tell you this one was, I'm sure, way easier than those first two, and you learn a little bit on every one. This is the fourth one. So that's how it all got started. I'll tell you this, it wasn't our idea. Krista, Mary Garland, Jamie, Risha, others were the ones that had the idea, who came up with it. And so you can thank them for what you see today. We were excited about moving into Northwest Arkansas. We already have several other businesses up here unrelated, and it's the coolest place in Arkansas besides West Little Rock, where I live. And so we're up here a lot already. And one of my friends, Brad Sikorsky, who at the time was the CFO at the Walton Family Office, talked about this idea. We wanted to put 7 or 8 of these up in Northwest Arkansas, and he introduced me to the Northwest Arkansas Council, and Denver Peacock's brother, who runs that, who's the CEO. And so we came up, and the reason I want to tell you this is special to Northwest Arkansas. We came up, and they had 10 people in a room ready to do anything we needed to get us here. Where do you need land? What do you need? Tell us what you need. The head of one of the largest pediatric clinics was in the room. And so I went back, and I'm building that out down in Central Arkansas now, because I think that was such a cool deal, because it's hard to come to a place where you don't live and know what to do and how to do it and who to call. So you can thank those guys for getting us where we are today. The mayor of Little Flock and the city council, open arms, come on, let's go. And so we're so excited about being here. And so that's how we got here. That's how the idea came about. And, we're excited about what we've got here. This is, we just opened Cabot a few months ago. So this is number 4. We've got another one opening soon in Elm Springs. And we're just really excited about helping Northwest Arkansas and families with special needs up here. So I want to introduce my wife, Amy, who's my life partner and life coach. She keeps trying to improve me, and also my business partner. We make every business decision together, and because she's smarter than I am.
Oh, whatever.
So she's going to talk to you about the what and the why.
Well, that really helped me get into what I was going to say today, because I was going to talk about lack of complacency. So I'm not complacent at work or in our personal life, either one. But every time we open a new facility, it always causes me to self-reflect and go back 23 years ago when this started in a home office. I've had the privilege of serving children with special needs for about 25 years. I've seen it all. and done it all. We've tried it all. But what I think I've learned the most over that time is to never allow what you are doing to become a job. Always remember you are making miracles happen. You are changing lives. Never become complacent. And when we started, our set of core values was excellence driven, not perfection. And we've had to have a lot of conversations about the differences between those two. But excellence driven, never being okay when we can do something better than we're doing it today. And we've served kids in the homes, and we've served kids in clinics, and we've served kids in preschool environments and anywhere else that might help them. But this is a different and unique place that after years of serving in those environments, we thought we really need to do a good job of blending natural environment and clinic-based therapy, because it's nothing is all or one. Nothing needs to be this environment, this situation works for every child. That is not the case. And so we'll work on this until it doesn't work anymore, and then we will be right back in the drawing room figuring out if there is a different and a better way. Although right now this seems to be working really, really well for our families. We would not be here, and I told them, they wrote me up a script. I don't know if they trust me when I get up here or not, but I said I'm going off script. We would not be here, obviously, without all of our staff, the team at Peds Plus that makes this happen every day, or the families that we serve that entrust us with their children every day, and the community that supports us. But I'm going to pause a little bit because I've never done this. I don't know how many times I've spoken at a grand opening, but I've never thanked our state government for this. And I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to tell you why. We are looking in Texas. We are in Texas. We are looking in Oklahoma. We are looking in Missouri. And as I look around at resources that are provided in these other states, I can tell you this. Arkansas is doing it right. They care about your kids. They call us, they ask us, they help us write policy. They want to know what the families and the kids in this community need, and they want to know from the providers that are doing it. We get to be involved in policy making. But guys, this is not cheap. This work is expensive for our state, and I want to make a commitment to not just the children and families that are here today, that we're going to invest every resource that we are thankfully given from this governor's office, from our state legislators that I know that are here and are going to be introduced in a minute. You'd have no idea the support that they give us to do the things that we are doing, and I do feel like they are not always recognized for that. So I wanted to do that today. So we are so thankful for the support that they give us, for the support that the families give us. And I was going to thank our top leadership as well, Scott, Krista, Chris, Holden, Kara, everybody, all the senior VPs that I can't mention, because as we've stepped out, we may have found this, but as we have stepped out, they have kept that vision going. They have kept the child and family first vision alive. And I really appreciate that, because it is really hard to step out. I'm a control freak, but I can tell you I've stepped out with peace because I see what they are doing. So I want to make a continued commitment to all of you today, whether you're a family of a child we serve, a member of our staff, or a state government employee or legislature or the governor. We will invest the resources that we are given. We will never be complacent. We will give every child we serve the chance to live the most independent and dignified life possible for them. So it is now my pleasure and honor to invite Governor Sarah Sanders to the podium.
Good afternoon. It is great to be back in Northwest Arkansas. I'm sorry that most of you are actually in the sun and not the shade, but it is a lot cooler up here. I want to give a huge thank you to the Pediatrics Plus team, and especially to my good friends who have done something so remarkable here, Todd and Amy Denton. What you have built is truly amazing, and what I love about every project that you take on is that you pour your heart and soul into something in a way that most people don't get to see, and you fight for people who often don't have anyone speaking up for them, don't have anyone fighting for them, and making sure that every single child that grows up in our state and now several other states has the opportunity for success. That is unique. That is not the rule. You are the exception, and we're very glad that we get to call you Arkansans. I was actually just at a meeting of state secretaries of agriculture from all over the country just before I came here, and I had the privilege of introducing the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, who was just down the street. So it makes sense that the next stop would be another place that highlights Arkansas's farming heritage. Pediatrics Plus, first ever facility that blends hands-on therapy with top quality care all in one facility. There are a lot of reasons why Pediatrics Plus has thrived over the past few years and now serves more than 6,000 kids. First and foremost, they offer all of their resources under one roof, which makes it really different and much more effective. As a mom, I know how many parents feel like our days are spent shepherding our kids from one appointment and one activity to another. Sometimes my husband and I feel like full-time Uber drivers. I'm pretty sure our ratings are very low. For parents of kids with unique needs, that's an even greater challenge. Pediatrics Plus offers all their services in one location, which is a total game changer for those kids and their families. Another reason this company is so great is that they create a sense of community. So often kids are learning in silo, but at this facility and Pediatrics Plus other locations, they're surrounded by kids with similar needs, making friends and meeting their peers. Finally, Pediatrics Plus actually cares about setting up kids to learn, grow, and take every opportunity that they can. I heard one story about a family that was able to take their very first vacation because they have a child with major behavioral issues, something many of us probably take for granted. But because of the therapy he received at Pediatrics Plus, the family was able to feel comfortable enough that they could take a vacation all together. Another story is from a young man named Alex. Alex had a pretty simple life goal, but a pretty special one. He wanted to work at Andy's Custard. When the Pediatrics Plus team learned that this was what he wanted to do, they made it their mission to set him up for success. They let him run a farm stand at one of their locations. They let him stock shelves and handle money, and they also let him greet and interact with customers, building the type of soft skills that he needed to one day have his dream job. And Alex was able to do just that. He got a job at Andy's, and in fact, the Andy's team was so impressed and so thrilled to have him, they reached out to Pediatrics Plus and asked how they could tailor his work so that Alex could work in the best way possible and set him up for true success. That's what this is about. It's just one of many great stories that are happening every single day at this facility and at those like it across our state. We know that every child is unique, special, and made for God's divine purpose. Just as Pediatrics Plus is helping kids with a variety of needs get the care that they need, our administration is making sure every child in the state gets the support that they deserve. That was the logic behind Arkansas Learns and the EFA program, which is now helping more than 50,000 students attend the school that best fits their needs. It's the reason I signed Arkansas Access, making sure every young Arkansan is ready to enroll, enlist, or be employed, regardless if they're graduating high school, a 2-year program, or a 4-year program. And more broadly, the freedom and support represented by Pediatrics Plus is the logic behind every single one of our administration's policies. Because we know that when our kids have what they need to thrive, there's truly nothing they can't do. Thank you again to the team here for your amazing work to support our state's most vulnerable kids. And thank you again to the Dentons. You're not just building a great business. You're helping us build a great future for every child in Arkansas. Thank you for letting me be here today.
Governor, thank you so much for being here today with us and sharing this milestone moment. Your presence here reflects the importance of supporting Arkansas families and investing in the future of our children. My name is Krista Tapp. I'm honored to serve as the COO of Pediatrics Plus. To our elected officials, partners, friends, and family, thank you today for joining us and for your encouragement in supporting our mission of empowering children to conquer their world. We would like to recognize our elected officials and community leaders who are here with us today. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her team, thank you all so much. Mayor Jeff Van Sickler of Little Flock, Senator Bart Hester, Senator Josh Bryant, State Representative Scott Richardson, State Representative Robin Lundstrom, Representative from Congressman Steve Womack's office, former First Lady Susan Hutchinson, University of Arkansas Chancellor Charles F. Robinson, Olivia Walton, founder of Ingeborg Initiatives and Investments, and the ambassadors from the Rogers Lowell Chamber of Commerce. You believe in what Pediatrics Plus stands for, has carried us to this day, and your continued support makes everything that we do possible. Your presence shows the strong support that makes a day like this able to happen, and we thank you so much for being here. I'd also like to take just a moment to recognize our Pediatrics Plus team members. You are Pediatrics Plus. You make us who we are. Thank you so much for your service. And I'd also like to thank Todd and Amy. I didn't know Todd was going to tell that story, but he's exactly right. It doesn't fall lightly to look at this and to know that the two of them said yes to this dream and to this vision, and we are forever thankful that they believed in the team and went forward with this. And last but certainly not least, we'd like to give honor to our Lord and Savior. We know that He has brought this incredible team together so that we can fulfill our powerful mission.
Okay, so we are ready to now move on. I know y'all are sweating, right? And so we want to invite you now to join us in front of the building. We're going to do our official ribbon cutting. Just take a few minutes, though, to maybe make your way over there. We're going to take a few pictures before we start and let everyone in. But we want you to stick around. We have got lunch provided inside. It's the buttered biscuit, so you're not going to want to miss it. You can take a plate and go. We also have drinks out back if you would like. We have a special thanks to the Coca-Cola team up here. They donated all of the bottled drinks today. So thank you to them. And you are more than welcome to make yourself at home. This is our home, and we welcome you into it. Walk around, look at the spaces, try things out, play with anything that you want to see. But thank you again so much for being here.